I don't know about you, but I still find it hard to make videos for social media. I'm almost never satisfied with what I make. And if a video doesn't perform the way I want it to, it makes me want to not post another video for a while. That said, I've stumbled on something over the last couple of weeks with a couple videos on LinkedIn that have gone more or less viral. And it may be kind of a cheat code for how to leverage video specifically when it comes to LinkedIn. So in this video, I'm going to break down for you what I'm seeing and what I think it's telling us both about what LinkedIn is looking for in video and how you and I can leverage it for what we're trying to do with growing our audiences and building our businesses. If you're new around here, my name's Tony Albrecht. I have spent the last 3.5 years building Contender Creative, the premier LinkedIn ghostwriting agencies for lawyers in the US. And I make stuff about how we can become magnetic online. So with that being said, let's get into it. A couple weeks ago, I posted video. I don't know if you've seen this from a Swedish rapper named Young Lean. I had never heard of this guy before a couple weeks ago, but I ran across this video on Instagram, and before long, it was just everywhere on my feed. I absolutely loved it. This is one of my favorite things I've seen on the internet all year. The choreography of this video is just fantastic. So I took it, and I think just on like a Friday, I just posted, relatively short copy, but just saying, I love this video. This makes me so happy. And that video, the engagement's not crazy, but 23,000 impressions. And when I go to the analytics, what I see here is that I've got 4 days and 1 hour of watch time, 97 hours of watch time on this video, which is substantial on LinkedIn. I call this one borderline viral in the way that it's moved. I also like that we've got 29 saves, we've got 7 sends, 20 profile views, and 8 followers. All of those were interesting numbers where when I posted this thing, I didn't know if it was going to go anywhere. It's not my video. I didn't make this. It's not particularly related to the stuff I talk about necessarily. Other than it's something on the internet that's really good. And I think that's kind of what I try to talk about is how do we show up and produce stuff that is good enough, that it can compete, that it deserves attention. So to see this video, and there was also the fact that it just starts with this guy smoking his cigarettes. I was like, I can't imagine LinkedIn's algorithm's going to love that, right off the bat, right? But that video went on a proper run. That was really interesting to see. So I doubled down. I tried again with another video. I don't know if you've run across Zach on Instagram, but this guy is one of the most inspiring people I've run across. This is one where he's saying, you want to hit my piñata for $5? And these first couple guys say, no, I don't want to do that. And then this woman comes up and she's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll go to the ATM. And then this is where she's like, Zach, I know you. And, oh my God, this video can make me emotional just like this. It's so good. But Zach, I forget his last name, but I'll put it in the show notes. But he's got 9 million followers on Instagram, where his whole thing is being generous, looking for kind people, and then trying to help them. And I saw this guy's stuff for the first time in December, and I just went down the rabbit hole, and I found myself in a position where every time I'm watching Zach do his thing, I start crying. Every one of this dude's videos has the ability to bring me to tears. And it was so inspiring that it got my wheels turned on. Okay, so what does Zach's stuff? It's stuff it feels so good, and it's so wholesome and generous and kind. What does that look like on LinkedIn? So I shared this video just 2 days ago now. We're in the middle of May, so it's 5 months after I started paying attention to this guy's content. And I wrote a story about how he inspired me to send $600 to an internet stranger, basically, who had come into my DMs. Because when I was thinking about, like, what does this look like on LinkedIn, I have people in my DMs constantly asking for stuff, like asking for work, or do you need this? Do you need that? Can I help you with this? Right? So thinking, okay, so can I find somebody who'd be cool to just show some generosity to, just to see what happens? So I tell the story about Jelson, this guy who dropped in my DMs, went and looked at his content, saw that he was a new dad. I was like, this is a guy I'd love to help. So got on a call, sent him the money. Now he works for me. I ended up hiring the kid. Didn't intend to do that. That wasn't the plan. It just happened. But anyway, so I'm sharing this video, this first one of Zach's that I had seen that inspired me and like led me to do this other stuff. And this video is already over 100,000 views. And when we unpack it a little bit more, look at this, 28 days and 17 hours. What is that? 500 plus hours viewed. Hey Siri, what is 28 days and 17 hours in terms of the number of hours?
Would you like me to use ChatGPT, Dad?
Yeah, sure. Use ChatGPT to answer that.
28 days is 28x 24 equals
672 hours of watch time on this video. That's crazy. 672 hours of watch time. And when we look, 75 profile views, 26 followers gained. That's bananas. I've had some good luck with video in the past. I've never seen anything like this watch time from my own stuff. And I say this, like, I'm not an influencer. I don't run an influencer playbook. I'm a 43-year-old guy who's built a B2B agency where we work with lawyers who also are not interested in being influencers. They're trying to stay top of mind as the go-to person for referrals. So, like, we tend to be relatively conservative in the kinds of content we do. And we try to close trust gaps in this digital space by helping people come to know, like, and trust myself, my clients, through the stuff we're putting out. So it's important that we are genuine. It's important that we show we know what we're doing, and that the stuff we put out there attracts the right people to us. That's what we're trying to do. So we're not actually interested in things like going viral. It's not really a goal. So when I post this video, again, no idea what's going to happen. But when I see that, it's like, okay. So, like, there's something here. People have been talking forever about how LinkedIn's relationship to video is really peculiar, where LinkedIn rolled out this sort of like interest graph feed last year for video, this sort of TikTok style feed where LinkedIn historically operated on pretty much a social graph, which is a way of distributing content through the people you know, through the people in your network. This is what Facebook was way back when. This is where we started with social media. And then over the last few years, we've moved toward the interest graph, this algorithmically driven way of distributing content, TikTok being the primary version. Like Facebook and Instagram have gone in this direction. And now LinkedIn, with this video feed they rolled out last year, was moving in that direction. There was a hot minute last year where if you posted a video, it would get crazy reach. And my biggest post ever is still a video that went to more than 1 million views, where it's just talking head, me talking about why I post selfies as a dude in his 40s. That window sort of closed, where there was the easy reach where videos would just pop off. That kind of went away. And so I've been hearing a lot of people talking about how LinkedIn says they want video, but then they punish our videos. They don't show us the videos or they don't show people the videos when we make them. And like, what's that about? So what I'm stumbling on here with this little experiment is I think it suggests LinkedIn does want video, and LinkedIn will reward video content. The problem that we run into is that we think that video content on LinkedIn should be like talking head stuff. So when I go here, I'll go show you kind of what my talking head stuff does. And like people say, like, you don't want to do, like you should do vertical, not horizontal, yada, yada. I don't think there's much reason to think that LinkedIn only wants vertical video. I don't think LinkedIn cares particularly much. But like if we take a clip like this of mine, where it's like kind of your standard talking head, like the analytics on this, 1,700 impressions, 2 hours, 49 minutes. Like not terrible, 7 profile views, 1 follower. Like it's fine, right? That's what most talking head is going to get. And I think the primary reason for that, it is so hard to stand out with talking head content. I think that's the bottom line, is that if you're relying on talking head content on video, I don't think you can expect things to spread the way you might like them to. That doesn't mean it's not valuable. It's like this, you and me talking like this. How else are you going to get a better idea of who I am from content than this sort of like engagement over time, right? But I think in terms of like things that are going to spread, things that a lot of people are going to be interested in, it's not reasonable to think that the talking head where it's you and me going deep on something is going to be something that a ton of people are interested in. That said, and I'm sharing this with you that I just showed you those 2 videos that have moved nicely. I had nothing to do with making either of them. Now I'm pointing to the creators, right? I'm trying to give them credit for the work. I'm trying to show them love. I'm not claiming it to be my own stuff. And I'm not even really trying to force it into a sort of like, here's what B2B or my wedding taught me about B2B sales or whatever. It's just sharing why that video matters to me. But it's leveraging video by leading with what is, I would say, relatable, things that evoke an emotional response, and things that are really good, right? So like I started with those 2 by saying like, this is an incredible video. And as it turned out, by starting with an incredible video and putting it on LinkedIn, they spread. So the takeaways, I do think video is hot on LinkedIn. I think that's right. If you square it up properly, a video can move. I think we just need to shift how we think about video. That instead of thinking about it primarily as a talking head platform, that's what they want. Saying, no, it's the interest graph. Give us stuff that's interesting. Like lead more like maybe a YouTube video, or even get more creative and do something that's, again, outside the box where a music video goes bananas. So that's what I'm seeing out there. Hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment. I'll respond to any and all of them. And as always, please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Let me know if you got any questions about the platform, how to grow there. I'll see you out there in the digital arena. Have a good one.